Are you a crafter that loves to add beautiful, intricate frames to your stamped projects? If you are, you're in the right spot. Today I'm going to share some of my top tips on how you can use the beautiful stamped floral frames the easy way to create a beautiful, one-of-a-kind card that's perfect for all occasions. To get started, we're going to be using the Curvy Floral Frame stamp and die set. With this combination, you get the stamp, 2 flowers, and 1 leaf. To get started, we are going to create the flowers and then finish it off by assembling a card with this beautiful accent frame that is stamped. So when you are stamping these flowers, obviously you can stamp them however you like, but I did use the Frost White ink and heat embossed it with the aged ivory embossing enamel. Once you've done that, you're going to grab your Rose Madder archival ink and just give it some soft color. And as you color that, you'll see that the stamp dimension just kind of pops up. So it's kind of acts like a just like an ink that kind of is a resist ink when you're embossing it like this. We'll go back and switch colors and use the magenta hue and just add a little bit of a darker pop of pink into these flowers. So this is just a quick and easy way to stamp and color. And if you use that combination of the white pigment ink plus the aged ivory, you'll get a beautiful stamped and detailed flower. Now the leaves was a beautiful combination of vivid chartreuse and garden patina. So we'll do a quick coloring technique with that. So just go ahead and color the entire leaf with your vivid chartreuse. Once you're done, go back and add a little bit of the garden patina right in the center. When you do that, that will just kind of make those centers pop out with a stamp detail, and it's nicely shaded as well. Now you're ready to shape these flowers. To shape these flowers, you're going to use a very quick shaping technique using the shaping mold and the stylus. So what you're going to do is for this flower, I shaped it stamped side up, just using that shaping molding mat and just going back and forth on every petal. So this flower does not have an actual shaping mold, so we are hand shaping it using the molding mat. This gives you flexibility to just really quickly add dimension to these really intricate, beautiful flowers. So that's all you have to do on the flower. Once you're finished, go back, grab your leaves. I have these stamped side down, and just again, go just back and forth. The more pressure you give it, the more dimension it's going to get. So back and forth, and you have that nice curve to your leaf. The next step is layering the flowers and adding stamens to the center. Now when you do this, I like to take my paper piercer and add a pretty good sized hole into the center of this flower. Now you can layer these singularly, or you can layer multiple layers on top of each other. So I'm going to use a combinations of flowers within the floral frames, stamp and die combinations, and I'm going to use just a couple stamens. These are the threaded stamens. So I'm just going to go ahead and trim these off, and we're going to add them through the center, starting with the smallest one first. So this is a pretty detailed flower, so it's a really nice accent for the center. So you'll put those 2 threaded stamens down the center, and then you'll go to the next size flower. Before I pull that all the way through, I'll add just a little dot of hot glue to the center, and then you can continue to layer this. So these flowers are very petite, very cute. I also think they would be great, especially these inside accent flowers, to use as little snowflakes as well for Christmas. So you can kind of use some versatility with these. So with this, you could just continue to pull it all the way through to that really large flower at the bottom. Actually, it's not super large, but it is the largest flower that we're layering together today. So we're going to go ahead and just bring these in, and that just adds that beautiful center accent. So go ahead and lay this aside. And then as you can see, there's lots of variations on how you can layer these beautiful flowers together. Our next step is layering and assembling the card. Now I used this border frame, just the die, and cut into the opening of my card base. And I cut through 2 layers, which included this cardstock layer and this pattern layer. So what you can go ahead and do, you could use a 3D foam dots here, or you can glue them directly to the background paper. This gives you a little bit of an edge. So the versatility with these frames are so cool. Love how it comes together. And what makes it so unique is that not only do you have a detailed die cut frame, but you have something that has the intricacy and detail of a stamped image. Now, if you would just go ahead and lay this piece on the inside, you'd be struggling to have something that catches it to glue it on. So what we did is we created a window opening. So the inside, we just selected a matching frame from the paper collection. These cozy cottage scenes are so pretty. I'm taking a piece of clear cardstock, and we're just going to go ahead and glue this clear cardstock on the inside, so that gives your stamped frame a place to be glued onto, and it creates a window aperture. Now these frames are super pretty to also use as shaker cards, and we'll show you some more samples at the very end. We have design team members from all around the world that have created some beautiful samples that I can't wait to share with you. So there you have that window enclosure, and then you're going to go ahead and take your stamped die cut frame and just glue that right on top. So it's a pretty easy way to just really add that frame very easily and create an all occasion card. So that just nestles right in the top. I did glue this frame on a white piece of cardstock that was die cut out, so that it rests just a little bit higher than the white background base. So at this point, you can go ahead and layer your flowers. One thing I did want to point out is on the inside, we sponged around the edges with white ink and heat embossed with that embossing powder I was showing you earlier. Added some crystal glitter, so that is an option for you if you wanted to. Before I glue those flowers down, I wanted to draw attention to a sentiment that is in the floral frame set. It comes in the oval floral frame, and it's a very detailed die cut image that says "For my friend." It's so pretty, elegant, and it really fits onto so many different cards, and it adds some beautiful detail. So we'll just go ahead and layer this down. We'll do one section of the flowers, and then you can kind of see how that gets started in creating this. Now, when you group these flowers together, you can group them however you want. However, I did quite a few different sizes and mixtures from the different frames. So this is the oval floral frame. The rectangular one also has some flower pieces, which I had used a little bit earlier too. So you can pick and choose from those however you like, and then you can start adding your flowers on top of the background flowers that are on the frame. So you can add as many or as little flowers as you prefer based on what you are creating. So I'm just going to grab this one. We'll tuck it in on the side. And I love the leaves that come with these flowers. They just have the perfect detail to really add the finishing accents to these flowers. Let's go ahead and add these. And this is just a very easy way. I'll hold that up so you can kind of see how I clump those beautiful flowers. And then you can grab your leaves and you can add as many or as little as you like. We're going to add 3 on this one. I'm going to add one right in here. And the background kind of shows you how and where you can add some of these leaves. And you can choose between the 2 sizes that are in the 2 different sets of the frames. So we'll go ahead and just move this one in, and then we'll have one coming off the other side. So you can choose whether you want 2 clusters of flowers or if you just want one. So it's totally up to you how you choose to do that. On this card, we cover the complete bottom right-hand side with some more variations. You can even do little flower buds if you wanted to do that. So that is the basics of how to create one of these cards very easily and beautifully. Here are some more card samples of what you can do with a curvy floral frame and the other stamps and dies in this collection. So as you can see, it pairs beautifully with decorative frames. You can stamp the inside with parts of the frame and add multicolored flowers. Here's another variation where the background frame is more exposed with those flowers and just added a couple flowers to the top. So as you can see, it's a great way to really utilize the stamped dimension of the frame in different color combinations here. You'll see it used as a shaker card, which is so pretty. And here are some different color combinations of the flower, and then just layering this on top of the beautiful pattern paper, which I can't wait to show you that one. Another stamp and die in this set, the oval floral frame. Is super stunning, a little bit different shape to it that has the For My Friend in it. So again, here you have that cut out on an A2 size card with a beautiful cottage on the inside. The cottage comes from the paper collection. Here it's just simply and beautifully colored with all that detail. Here you have it using the background papers, layering that For My Friend up multiple times. And then here you have lots of flowers clustered on top of that stamped frame. And this is also paired with another frame too. So you can mix and match these frames. Here's one that's another shaker card. So lots of variations. This is 5x7 size. So these frames are perfect for all sizes of cards, whether you're doing 6x6, 5x7, or your 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch. The last frame within this stamps and die sets are the rectangular floral frame stamp and die set. And this also has a leaf paired with 3 different florets. So with this one, it just stamps so beautifully, and layer it on some other intricate dies just to pop it up. You can just layer a bunch of flowers on the bottom, keep it simple on the top, or you can turn it into a beautiful shaker card, really do some rich and elegant stamping and add your flowers to the top and bottom. So you really get to choose how simple or extravagant you go with this. You can just add a simple flower to the bottom, pair it with a cottage. And here's one that I just think is stunning, yet super simple and classic. Last but not least, here we have another one with this one 3D'd, cottage a little bit further back. And here we have an easel on a 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch card. So a great way to utilize that. So the papers, you've been seeing lots of these cottages. Papers are just a beautiful collection of bursts of spring colors, aquas, fresh greens, and some summer sky blues. But this just makes everything come together very beautifully using the frames with the coordinating papers. As you can see, the versatility and the possibilities with these stamped floral frames are endless. Whether you want to do a quick and simple thank you card, or you want to create that window, easel, or so many more cards, you're gonna have a lot of fun. I can't wait to see what you create. If you don't have these stamps and dies yet, I've added the links below for quick and easy ordering. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure to do that so you don't miss out on my next videos. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you next time. Bye.